And we're back here with the Japanese rubbish. 15 laps of Trial Mountain. Oh, my favourite. And I lost 40 horsepower because oil change needed. Let's go. Wow, this is a gaggle. Use me. Good evening, Alex. How are you? Whoa. Excuse me. Look at them pushing me. Look at them pushing me. See you, suckers. Stop. Big drift. Ow. Oh. Oh, please stop snapping like that. Please. And please stay on the track. Being okay for now, huh? Oh dear, what's happened? You ill? Have you got a cold? Did a bowling ball land on your foot? Hey. Car! Oh my lord. The understeer is real. And I turned it too early. Come on, go, go, go. Can I get a faster lap time around here? Aiming for 120. Will I get 120? No, 119 though, which is perfectly fine. Evening. How you doing, Grump? Wow. Oh, this car is really starting to play hijinks. I'm doing good. Track is way too bloody slow for me to go super fast around these corners. How you doing, Remain? Whoa. 117. Nice. Yeah, I'm doing alright. I'm a little hungry though. And there's no food to eat. Oh, please behave. Oh, please behave. Please behave. Spent nearly all afternoon playing Forza Motorsport 7. I never really liked Motorsport 7. It was a bit, I don't know, playing with a wheel on it is very strange. It doesn't feel as consistent as it should be. Oh, that was excellent. Whoa, car snapping to the right. I just started it on Wednesday. Whoa. That was a fair outside drift. Started playing Forza Motorsport on Wednesday. I played it for about a week and then I stopped playing it. At least I got it on a deal. Because if I didn't get it on... I got the deluxe edition on a deal for about 32 quid. I would honestly be massively kicking myself if I didn't get it on a deal. And I stopped playing it. Minute lap around the Nürburgring plus GP circuit. Oh, you did the combined circuit. In a GT3. Well, you do more practice, you start learning the track a bit more. I reckon you get down to an 8 minute lap. Whoa! Wow! I couldn't tell you how close that was. Mate, those are called walls. Really, I've got to brake a bit earlier, and the marker suggests. I think I might be able to finish this plus tyre change in about 18 minutes this race. It's one of the shorter ones out there, which I'd like to ask again, why are some of the shorter tracks 15 laps but others are 20? Oh yeah, I know that the loot boxes have finally been replaced. I hope they die like the Dodo. The United States is considering a ban on loot boxes because it's basically underage gambling for some people. I know they've been around like since, well, in at least Korea since what, 2002. The torture of last night, it was bad as it was already. Well then, I was about to say, with loot boxes, I know they've been around for bloody years, but if anything, companies have gotten a lot more predatory with them. Like even locking content behind loot boxes, which is incredibly unfair. very anti-consumer. I'm talking about the 15 laps of special. Ugh. Don't remind me, because I'm pretty sure we have to do Route 11 the next time we're in a championship. That is almost certainly guaranteed. Car, behave yourself. Bit of a corner cut. Don't mind Route 11. Route 11 on this is horrendously scaled. And it is a lot. And Route 11 in GT3, in my opinion, is a lot slower than it was in GT1. And I liked Route 11 in GT1. It was very. It felt fast. It felt very, very fast. But in GT3, it's very slow, it's cumbersome as well. Right, I think I need a tyre change the next lap. MP3s aren't that hard to drive in Project Cars 2. Wow! Whoa! Whoa! Well then, that happens. Car definitely needs a tyre change. It's slipping and sliding, it's snapping. This thing also needs an oil change. Someone's outside of a bloody lawnmower. No, someone's outside with their bike and they're revving it. Well, like I said, Romain, practice makes perfect. Practice your damnedest and you'll be able to handle the cars pretty easily. Like on iRacing, it took me forever to figure out how to properly drive the 488. And I got the hang of it eventually. It just takes a bit of fettling. I'm not sure if that's someone's bike engine or if that's an overhead plane. Nope, that is someone's plane. I can hear a plane overhead. It's not that blimp in the game either. Oh, no, not again. Car really doesn't take liberties with anyone. With more than 1100 horsepower. BT3 cars are pretty decent. Yeah, they are very good to drive in project cars. That's a wall, mate. Nice warm tyres now. Car would really stop snapping into positions. Aerodynamics of this car are very, very bad. Car shouldn't just snap into one corner and then the next. Wall. Did Project Cars who have 24 hours races? Hell, in the first one it had. You just had to choose it. You just had to select it on. Like, hell, they had more than 24 hours on it. There was a 25 hours of bar first. That's artifacting. And again. Oh, please stop snapping into walls. Angel, how are you? Yes, you do see Zonda with 1,170 horsepower. And me cutting the track. It most certainly has, yeah. Just waking up. What did you sleep from? Big drift. Yes. And it is barely controllable. I mean that as well. Because the aerodynamics on this car are weird, it means the car snaps into every time you as much as look at the thumbstick. you either dart into a wall or dart into the complete opposite direction. You're almost always waking up around noon. You see, luckily for you, you ain't an early boy like me, which you naturally kind of wake up about 9 o'clock. No, it's not just GT3's physics. Hell, in the prototypes, they don't act like that. I wish I was like that though. Not everyone can be though. Anyway, Denso Sard is second. I am in the lead with 60 points. Let's just grab and thumbnail. Take a look at my Calsonic. Yes. Yes. Because me. And that's all you're getting. Ha ha ha. Next. I always wake up around 7 AM no matter what. Oh, God. Oh, God, it's Rome reverse. Good. Let's go. Teach me your ways. It's called getting up for work. And then your body clock saying, yeah, this is the time that he goes to work. See ya, suckers. I'm gonna go to space now. Whoa. That's a wall. I need to hurry up and find a job again then. Oh, I'm sure you'll find something. Hell, it took me, what, 4.5 years to finally get a job as an electronics engineer. Yes, it does sound awesome. That's a wall. On 22.8, which means the next stuff I'm probably going to be doing possibly a 114. Stop snapping the walls! I just don't get mad over it. I mean, I'm sure you'll find something. I mean, you've got a car. But at least you're going to be able to travel to some decent places. I mean, I've got to travel 20 miles. That wasn't a very good corner. That was, though. Oh, you don't have a full license yet? Ah, okay. True story, I didn't know that the Zonda sounded like this. I first heard it in GT3 before, I always thought it sounded like this. Welcome to video game sounds. Well, this is in Gran Turismo's efforts. They're, shall we say, not brilliant. Whoa. Easy now, car. Don't want you to spin around just because you look at the curb. Well, GT Sport finally got some good engine sounds. Well, Gran Turismo as a whole finally got good engine sounds with GT Sport. But that is because they were working with a console that had a much easier, that's got a far easier architecture to work with. I turned it way too early. It's deep guttural and pretty awesome. It sounds very good. Forza's sound director for GT Sport. Well then. So no wonder Forza Motorsport 7 sounds like shit. Well then, there's a fair corner cut. Let's just hope Forza Motorsport 8 actually plays better. Because I don't like Forza Motorsport 7 at all. I think it's the worst in the whole series. Not even 5 was as bad at launch. And that was broken. That was bad. 14.7. Also, I think I could just brake a little bit later now because the tires are actually, you know, warm. Well, it's only now they're doing it. They didn't give a damn until the community finally spoke out. Like, they didn't listen to a lot of the fans before this debacle of the game was launched. This league's better than it used to be. It's not fair to judge. I know it's not, and I have played it, but wheel fidelity is inconsistent at best. Some cars feel nice, some cars feel numb. I just think, nah. Whoa. But things change for the better. I know. But I don't feel like playing it. Maybe when I get a bigger SSD, then I'll finally put it on again. I think, yeah, exactly. I think the first time I actually started listening to the community, they finally dropped the damn loot boxes. Because why would you have them in a racing game? mean, look at the backlash Need for Speed Payback got. But I like what I see. It's up to you. If you like playing it, if you like it, you like it. I ain't here to say, oh, have you been lobotomized? Have you been brainwashed to like it or something? That's a wall. Need for Speed lost its soul with Undercover. Ever since Undercover was released, well, anything by Black Box after Undercover, it just felt like a slapdash. You look at Hot Pursuit, and that was good, but it just felt it felt more like a spiritual successor to Burnout. That's true, but there was no point to it. Why add a feature? Why would you add features to a game which literally makes no sense to use it? I'm glad Turn 10's finally turning the turning around the bend on shit like this. But pressure from Microsoft for what to add loot boxes that actually made no sense. Because if Microsoft said that, put these loot boxes in and don't charge any money for them, what profit is there going to be made in it? I mean, I'm fine. I mean, I'm glad that countries are actually waking up to loot boxes and banning them. Because in my opinion, loot boxes are like it's under 18 gambling, and it should be banned. They were planned to be monetized. What a surprise. Right, I need to pit because my tires are going to die. In we go! Come on, car, let's go. Also, Angel, I may be doing the Le Mans 24 hours. Whoa! Curbomania is running wild. It was gutted and changed for the better. Good. Companies start waking up from the loot box crap. And countries are going to ban it as well. Belgium's banned them. Denmark's banned them. I think the States are thinking about banning them as well. And I hope that change comes here. Yeah, I was about to say, I may be running in the Le Mans 24 hours on the 31st. I don't know with which team yet, but I'll have to find out. I don't like loot boxes either. I did do loot boxes before, and this was back when I was like 19, 20. across the industry, more and more racing studios listen to their communities, taking in feedback, and being more interested in trying new things. Yeah, exceptions seem to be Need for Speed. Well, Need for Speed's dead. It's dead. It has been killed. EA doesn't listen to their damn community. Neither does Ghost Games. So, in my opinion, screw Need for Speed. It's dead. And there's no point hugging on to older memories because what's the point anymore? F1 has released a game for mobile and it's so pay to win. Well, welcome to mobile gaming. Mobile gaming is supposed to be getting a massive gut from the loot boxes as well. Good luck with the 24 hours. Thank you very much. I've got to do a bit more practice very soon. I don't know what I'm going to be running in though, so it's either going to be the Audi R18 or the 911 RSR. But I have to find out which team I'm going to be with, because I've applied for 3 of them so far. There may be a chance I might be racing with Aero, because they're racing the R18. But most will be running GTEs. EA listens to the paper trail during the review that FS 2019 will focus on cops and races. So that's... So that's nearly every other Need for Speed ever? Wow. You've done this 1,000 times. It's literally... Welcome to Need for Speed. Welcome to Need for Speed... What? 5.5 or whatever the hell it is now. It's because it's a big name franchise. I mean, any company can make a big name franchise if they try hard enough. And if it is being developed, if it's going to be developed by Ghost Games, which is going to be just likely, because of course. Same. I have absolutely moved on. No point in hugging on to old memories. In fact, loads of people have moved on from friggin' street racing. Street racing is... Well... Street racing is the past. Because sim racing's getting some pretty serious notoriety now, loads of people from the racing community have moved on to sim racing. It's just better and more competitive. And I know Slightly Man have tried that before with Need for Speed, but Shift was alright. It wasn't offensive. It was alright. And then they brought out Shift 2 Unleashed, and that was terrible, in my opinion. Personally, that's not my thing. Well, that's just you then. Don't like it, you don't like it. But I personally love sim racing, and have been doing so for 5 years. There's 3 kinds of people playing racing games. Sim racers, street racers, and drifters, yeah. This is more or less GT3, but Torrent. Hey, GP. And car people. Yeah, car people who mainly play automation. Excuse me, Calsonic. I would like to overtake. I count drifters as street races, to be honest. Yeah, I guess. God, this car. I need to adjust the brakes a bit soon. That's a wall. Or just cowboys who can't go straight. Yeah, they're pretty much the cowboys of the car world, drifters. That's a wall. Drag racers are just cowboys who can only go straight, yeah. PDU, Forza Horizon 4 and AC. I just like the joyride. Yeah, I like that as well. I like that as well, having a big open world. I like big open world spaces where you can actually just drive. Yep, the spin to win. I do like that, and I am considering getting a TDU Platinum. If you mod it correctly, yes, actually it can. There's a couple of city mods in Assetto Corsa. Lake Louise, of course, yeah. There was a city mod. I think it was... I can't remember what the city was. It was either Madrid or it was... something. I'm not sure. Anyway, Grand Valley. Lock. This lock ran off in Forza Horizon 4. Maybe. Stop! Do people race there? Glen Brannock. Bye! Better handling car coming through. Track is very dark, which means the AI can't see. But a Nomad Diablo. Well, it's a Zonda is a Zonda. I'll take it as I see it. Slap him. Nobody insults the Zonda. Zonda, Honda. Oh God. What's the difference? One's Italian, one's Japanese. Whoa. Whoa. That was a bit close. Really should have just kept my speed around the corner. With snaking car. Missions is 1. God damn. Pagani's on the Civic Type R now with 12-cylinder VTEC. Powered by Mercedes. Then he hit the gravel for a moment. Revs up to 20,000. Yeah, I think I broke a bit early. As you can see. Because VTAC. This is pathetic. The AI have no hope. Of course they don't. They're only ever so slightly tuned Japanese Super GTs. Meanwhile, here's me with a car that could do 232 miles an hour. Stay off the grass. Car is shifting its weight crazy. Okay, that was a little bit better. Oh, by the way, go car, go! Yeah, I thought you'd like it. It's a very good wheel. Mine has lasted a total of 3 years. Mine's lasted 3 years. No problem, man. Enjoy the wheel. Thanks, baby. Less than 30 minutes will be my religion class. Uh-oh, religion. We're going to be talking about Allah, I mean God. Well, it's still good. It's still very, very good. Oh God, car, please. However, you will find there's yeah, there is no dead zone. I did the Amateur GT World Championship in a V8 supercar. It just ate the front tires. It was front-wheel drive, even though it's rear-wheel drive. Maybe because the engine. Yes, maybe front-wheel drive. Anything that's rear-wheel drive but has the engine at the front, will mean the tires will be dead. The front tires will be dead, and they've got the most pressure. This is why you should run with more pressure on the front than you would on the rear. So in terms of wear and tear for the T300, the stock wheel rim, mine at least, has one of the panels has lost its clickiness. Well, it's lost some of its clickiness, but that is because I discovered that a piece of plastic had broke inside, which sort of holds it into the spring. But I fixed that with a bit of Gorilla Glue. I don't have anything that is painfully true to say. Well then. Got to change my tyres next lap. I may be replacing the T300 with a Fanatec Clubsport 2.5. That is because I would like something with a bit more power in terms of force feedback strength. Either that or Feel VR finally becomes commercially available. Look at you with Made to Blow. Well, I finally got a job that pays well. May still be less than 20 grand a year, but it's a lot more than I used to be on. I like to open people's minds. You like to hear opinions, and opinions are good. Yeah, but it was also, I'm getting something around £340 more money. Opinions on that. On what? Oh, great. Yeah, so I will be getting a Fanatec Clubsport 2.5 around July time. I do like something with a bit more power. Help me, I looked at PC parts again. What are you doing? Speaking of, I need to upgrade my PC fairly soon. Soon as Ryzen's new Ryzen's finally start being released, I am upgrading. So is RAM. RAM's finally dirt cheap. It's finally cheap again because Bitcoin's dead. Bitcoin, it's not necessarily dead, but it's in an iron lung. Therefore, it is dying a slow and painful death, and I hope it does. I hate cryptocurrencies so much. Well, let me put it to you this way, GP. How much is Bitcoin right now? Let's have a look. Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently standing around £5,000. It's rising. It's rising now because, of course, flash memory flooding the market. Yeah, has nothing to do with crypto. It has something to do with crypto. I'll put it to you this way. It's worth £5,000. Now, this time last year, it was worth £25,000. It has lost 80% of its value. That is true. I got it before the prices. I got my GTX 1070 before the prices start rising. Not memory. Well, I'm glad that memory's starting to flood the market now because well, companies are finally listening to the consumer. Like, I think it was Samsung and Hynix. No, Samsung and Micron were holding back production to increase prices, which is a ridiculous thing to do. That's if anything, that's anti-consumerism. So I'm glad they finally started ramping up production again. Behave. And because old chips and old materials with old RAM are being recycled, it means they can just keep making them and making them and making them. I mean, I know you can't recycle printing boards, but you can recycle the gold and you can recycle the solder. Yep. You know what? I couldn't be happier. And prices of RAM now are now cheaper than they were back in 2016. And I'm talking like pre-Brexit. They're cheaper. I'm not going to say Brexit. Good thing it was. Well, we don't know yet. I don't need more RAM, but 1 terabyte NVMe SSD is just over 100. Yes, I need to get a new M2 SSD because mine is starting to slow down a bit. I mean, it's faster than hard drive still, but good lord. Right, come here, you lot. I am going to overtake you so fast. Come here. There's the Castrol. When did HP start making SSDs? Whoa. Oi! 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 Look at them barging through it. The two Skylines are literally fighting for position. Meanwhile, here I am breaking them up. Technically outdated now, but who cares? They were. Whoa! The Denso Saw just headbutting a wall there. They were already overkill. They'll probably crapshoot SSD. Well, aren't most SSDs made in China? Well, they're either made in China or they're made in Taiwan. I know Samsung manufacture their own in-house, and that's why I kind of prefer SSDs. I prefer Samsung's SSDs over anything else because they're built in-house. I'm actually rocking an M2 SSD from Samsung right now as a boot drive. But I would like their new 900 series soon enough. Controllers are from elsewhere. Yeah, but Samsung make all of their stuff in house, so controllers, memory chips, and whatnot. Same. I've had that SSD for 2 years. Drift. Big drift. They're not the absolute best anymore. No, not anymore, because I mean, people can buy their chips, and they've gotten dirt cheap now, so there's not really much of a difference. At this point now, you can only choose based on either looks or by warranty. Maybe warranty still, but I'll give them that. I think people are just paying for the warranty now. I say by value and performance personally. Same. I mean, I run a game SSD, like a cheap Crucial, because it's a cheap Crucial. Oh, nearly hit the corner of that. Nearly hit the corner of the bridge. Personal preference use case for now, SSDs. That's why pro level drivers exist. They're not a scam. Yeah, SSD, like big expensive SSDs are no longer a scam because they don't really exist anymore. A 1TB SSD 2 years ago would cost the same now as a 4TB SSD. And because SSDs are becoming dirt cheap, it means hard drives are starting to become obsolete in terms of storage. How they're set up. Well, if the SSD's set up good, then you're going to have a long life SSD and a... That was a big cut. Oh, and the flash memory. Well, you got your three main companies. You've got Hynix, you've got Samsung, and you've got Micron. And companies will prefer their best chips. Cheapo manufacturers like Transcend will get like rejected chips, and they'll get them for idiotically cheap. It's slow compared to 3-bit because it hasn't had any time to develop. Yeah, so quad-bit memory is very slow with loads of storage. My dog's barking. Or what he's barking at, presumably nothing. Yeah, Toshiba Flash is incredibly reliable. Yes, they did buy an OCZ, I remember that. I remember OCZ. I remember having one of their power supplies explode on me. They went out of business because they were horrendously uncompetitive. That's true. The dog is getting very irritating right now. Turn, damn it, come on! No, their power supplies were unreliable. Their SSDs are still rock solid. Their power supplies were rubbish. I remember having one to replace a bad one that just went. It's like a cheap replacement. I had that for 3 months. It then started to catch itself on fire, in which I replaced it with an XFX unit. Final lap. Want a new PSU sometime. I will only replace a power supply if it starts to go wrong. For example, I had to replace my old power supply because the undercurrent protection kept triggering. Don't need it, but modular cables would be nice. Yeah, I only go for modular now. I had a Corsair power supply for... what? 3.5 years, and then the undercurrent protection kept triggering. Oh, look, it's the Denso! But here's what bugs me. Television, behave yourself. It's turning itself off every time. It's mainly because the adapter is a lot of crap. The Zexel is pitting. Isn't one of them only for overclocking purposes? That's my question. Anyway, that's that. Also, just shut my dog up. I need to get it in as soon as I can. Yeah, that's what the second one's only for overclocking purposes. Finally. Time to do 20 laps of things. But we'll be right back after these messages.